Very warm welcome to Better Together Dorset. This is the nutrition section. For those who don't know me, my name is Sanna and I'm a nutritional therapist from sunny Poole. Just want to say a big thank you to Kate and Tom from Cadbury Physiotherapy, who have brought together a wide range of health practitioners, yoga instructors, fitness instructors, Pilates, all brought together to share our knowledge with the community. Now, from my perspective as a nutritional therapist, one of the most empowering things that you can do at times when so much feels out of your control is to manage your health by taking charge of your diet. Now, your immune system is the most powerful weapon you have against disease. A strong immune system means the body is able to fight off viruses and germs more effectively. So I'm going to take you through ways to supercharge your health. I'll take you through my top tips of keeping you fighting fit for the rest of this month and beyond. Your body needs real unprocessed food to stay healthy, and not the processed foods you kid yourself are okay for you to eat. So focus on eating natural, unrefined, unprocessed food as much as you can, and cut out, or at least try and cut back on, sugar. So it also means focusing on eating meat, fish, eggs, and vegetarian sources of protein, such as tofu, beans, and even lentils have got protein in them. And pack in a wide variety of different colours of fruits and vegetables. And it doesn't matter if they're frozen or if they're fresh. The more vegetables and fruit you can pack into your daily diet, the better. And follow the 80-20 rule. Now, for the avoidance of doubt, this means eating healthily 80% of the time. So think fresh apple rather than apple juice, or whole grain bread instead of white bread. Now, our gut takes a beating year after year, and this can be due to having a poor diet, eating far too much sugar, having really high levels of stress, or taking antibiotics. Now, even if you have no obvious tummy troubles, digestive health is absolutely essential. And the reason is 80% of your immune system is in your gut. So it's worth the extra effort to take care of it. And how you take care of it? You can add prebiotic and probiotic foods to your diet. So these repopulate the gut with good bacteria and feed them well enough to crowd out all the bad bacteria. So prebiotics are the food for your probiotics, your good bacteria. And prebiotic foods are things like onions, leeks, garlic, green bananas, beans, cooked and then cooled potatoes. A great source of probiotics, rather than having them in a tablet, is something like organic probiotic natural yogurt. And you might find this in the supermarket is something called live yogurt. One thing about yogurt, always try and buy full fat yogurt, as the 0% or no fat options often have increased levels of milk sugars. And good fat isn't the enemy, either in life in general or for your immune system. Chicken Soup for the Soul. Now, probably some of you have got that book. It's a great book if you've got it. And it is an old wives' tale. When you feel sick or poorly, have some chicken soup and it will be great. And actually, there's a lot of scientific research that has gone into that. There's a lot of research that has shown that a bowl of chicken and vegetable soup, so that's particularly bone broth, can slow the speed at which neutrophils move around your body. So neutrophils are a type of white blood cell and part of your immune system that protects your body from infection. Now, when the neutrophils move slowly through your body, there is a greater chance of them becoming more concentrated in the areas of where your body needs the most healing. And studies have shown that chicken soup, again, this is bone broth specifically, to be really helpful in reducing symptoms of upper respiratory system infections. So chicken soup, bone broth, make it. People potentially now have the time, they're at home. Check out a great recipe, and it is surprisingly easy to make, and it tastes amazing. Now this one is easy to do. Packing in as much herbs as possible into your diet. It adds great flavour to your foods, but also from an immune perspective, many of the herbs contain anti-inflammatory properties because they contain phytonutrients. In particular, oregano and thyme are really rich. You can also spice up your cooking, adding in turmeric and ginger, as these are incredibly well documented, scientifically researched immune boosters. Garlic as well is another greatly researched food. And the reason for that, it is antimicrobial thanks to the active ingredient, which is called allicin. That helps fight viruses. And it has been used for thousands of years to boost the immune system and prevent sickness. So to make the most of it, to make the most of allicin, crush, chop or grate the garlic cloves and allow them to sit for a few minutes just on the chopping board. Now what this does, this releases more allicin. So it means the garlic's viral fighting potential actually increases. So it releases more allicin into that garlic sat there on your chopping board. And once the allicin is formed into that little mound of garlic, it actually is quite resistant to heat, which means you can chuck it in the pan and cook with it quite easily. We all know that sugar is not great for you. We all know this. It tastes amazing, but sugar actually fans the flames of inflammation, and it affects the ability of white blood cells to fend off viruses and bacteria. And actually, recent studies have shown that the immune system stays depressed for hours after consuming sugar. So no matter how little sugar you think you eat, it's definitely worth keeping a check on how much you eat. And if you really do miss that chocolate hit, which I know a lot of people do, just try a few squares of pure dark chocolate, like Green and Blacks, or any good quality chocolate with a high cocoa content. And by high, I mean 75% cocoa or above. Now, you've all heard this one, drink more water. It's so great for your overall health. But specifically when it comes to your immune system, bolstering your defenses, water is a miracle worker. It flushes germs from your system. It helps your blood carry plenty of oxygen to your body's cells, allowing them to absorb vital nutrients. One thing I would say is invest in a filter jug or a filter bottle to avoid downing high levels of chlorine and fluorine, which is found in the UK's tap water. And one other way, if you don't like the taste of plain water, just add some sliced fruit. It can make it taste better. But if you really can't stand that, give herbal tea a go if you don't already drink it. And specifically for your immunity, green tea and chamomile tea, if you like the taste of that, can help supercharge your immunity. And the reason for that is that they contain antioxidants that help battle free radicals that wreak havoc across your immune system. Now, in truth, we don't really know how much how large the effect is on the immune system. But even if the effect was minimal, every little bit really does help, especially in these times. Now, as difficult as it is to achieve, particularly in winter and early spring in the UK, spending enough time in beautiful sunshine is an absolutely essential immune booster. And the reason for that is vitamin D. Now, vitamin D is made by your skin absorbing sunlight. So planning an hour or two outside during daylight hours is, for me, a good enough reason to leave work early, or on the weekends or during the day, try and take your kids out to the park. Even just sitting outside in your garden or on your balcony, wherever you can, while you have your morning cup of tea or coffee, is a really good thing to do right now. And while the sun is shining, which it currently is today, make the most of it. I would say expose as much of your bare skin to the sun as you possibly can, and do not wear sunscreen during that time, because what it does, it inhibits the process of your skin making vitamin D. You don't have to stay out for hours at all. I definitely do not recommend doing that. 20 minutes a day, as much skin as you possibly can. Exposed, that will be there or thereabouts enough. Now, you can boost your vitamin D levels by eating more things like oily fish, things like salmon, mackerel, fresh tuna, or liver is a really good source. Mushrooms, cheese, egg yolks, and some vitamin D fortified foods like dairy products or some orange juices. But again, best source, get out there, get some daylight. It is actually worth checking whether or not you are low in vitamin D. And you can do without, you don't need to go to the GP for that. They're quite busy at the minute. You can just get a finger prick blood spot test. It's quick, it's easy, it's fairly cheap to do. And if you do want any recommendations of where you can get that from, just give me a shout, drop me a comment, drop me an email. Now, being tired is absolutely awful for your health. Your body needs rest to stay healthy. In one study done by a private research university in Pennsylvania in the US, they found that even though people who had 7 hours of sleep or less, even though those people said that they felt amazing and refreshed, they found that they were 3 times more likely to catch a cold than people who had an average of 8 hours or more of beautiful, beautiful sleep. Now move in a way that feels good to you. Now your lymphatic system is a parallel universe to your bloodstream. It contains a network of tissues and organs and cells that help your body get rid of toxins and waste. Its main role is to transport a fluid called lymph across your body, which contains those infection-fighting white blood cells. And unlike blood, which is able to move around the body thanks to the heart pumping continuously, there's no automatic way of moving lymph around. So the only way of shifting lymph from A to B is just by moving yourself. And another recent study from a university in North Carolina in the US showed that people who move themselves for 5 or more days a week experience 43% fewer days with upper respiratory infections. So that's the throat, the sinuses, or the lungs. Essentially 43% less common colds. Basically, it's the common cold. So the aim is to try and do 30 to 60 minutes of exercise 5 times a week. And with all the videos that Better Together Dorset are putting on YouTube and Facebook, now we're all at home self-isolating, or most of us are, there's a great opportunity to build it into your day-by-day routine. So finally, I will be posting a link to my free 10 Steps to Super Health on the Better Together Facebook page in the next day or so. So keep an eye out for that. It essentially summarises everything I've just said, plus there's a few more bits to it as well. I'll be back doing another talk, and if you have any questions, please do post in the comments or drop me an email. In the meantime, you can follow me at oscu.nutrition for some immune supporting recipes and some more health tips. And you can also head to my website to book a free 30-minute health call. So what I would say, I really do hope that you found that useful. Stay safe, be healthy, and stay well. And I do hope to see you at the next talk.